Hey there, this is Chris from BattleRap.com, here with the man himself.
Yo, what's going on? It's don't flip a fucking day. Shouts to BattleRap.com for coming through, man. Much love, man.
So, we're at the end of day one. Tell us, what did you think overall?
Yo, I think the vibe here is almost even better than last year. I'm not sure, like the vibe last year, you weren't here obviously, but I mean, the vibe last year was quite hype, but it was a little bit tense sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like, I don't know if you know what I mean, but like the vibe today was just pure, just like positive vibes, you know what I mean? I don't want to sound like a hippie or nothing, but like compared to last year, I don't know, it just felt like a little bit more upbeat, and I think because obviously with the cancellations and stuff, I felt like everyone was just trying to have the best time they could. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like because everyone's like, fuck it, we paid the money, some shit we paid for hasn't happened, I'm not going to waste my money, I'm going to have a good time, you know what I mean?
What was the reaction from fans when you announced, three cancellations, Eurgh pulled out, Bonnie Godiva pulled out, and Tony D pulled out first. What was kind of the reaction from the fan base?
The reaction was exactly what I expected. It was just like, I'd say 80% understanding, 10% being dickheads about it, and 10% just don't really care. You know what I mean? Because the ones who've bought tickets because their friends have told them to, they don't really care who's there and who's not. Right. You know what I mean? But now most people, I got to give it to the fans. Most people understand that it's just one of those things that happens. You know what I mean? If we throw an event and every rapper is from Leeds, of course they're all going to show up. You know, if we've got to spend thousands of pounds putting people on planes, sometimes shit's just going to fucking happen. Like, the Bonnie Godiva thing especially is ridiculously annoying because up until 1 day ago it was completely, confirmed.
Yeah, can you speak on the specifics of that?
Well, it's kind of her business, to be honest. I don't really want to talk on that, but it's just shit happens. That's all I can say. Like, I know she wanted to come, but some shit happened which meant she couldn't come, and it messed up the whole thing. Because this crowd, that's what I mean with how positive the crowd were today. Her and Enigma was, when I spoke to you last week, like when I said, and I talked to Enigma and he said I was just going to call her a bitch, and
It would have changed the mood, I think.
So I'm gutted about that, but I mean, like I said, it's just things happen in people's lives outside of battle rap, and it means they can't take flights, and just it is what it is.
Right. And what were the specifics with Eurgh?
With Eurgh, it was more like it's not that he couldn't take the flight, it's that he last minute realized that it wasn't going to work out with his work schedule, you know what I mean? Which again is frustrating as fuck, but it is what it is. Like I can't, you got to understand, when you're British, like you grow up understanding the American culture and this, and do you know what I mean? But like it's like a lot of people who aren't British, that they don't quite take into account things like, as an example, if you're taking a fucking flight, they don't take into account the time difference between the countries, or the fact that you can't, like, maybe if you got on a plane on Sunday night, you wouldn't be back in your town by Sunday. Do you see what I'm saying? Like things like that. Like we kind of know that shit because it's just what we've done, gone on vacation for our whole lives. You see what I'm saying? But like, that was all it was. He hit me up a couple of days ago and was like, yo, I don't think this is actually going to work out time-wise. Which obviously I was like, yo, what the fuck? But I don't think he meant anything malicious by it, you know what I mean? It just is what it is, and Shotty still wants to do it, Eurgh still wants to do it, so we're going to do it when we can. Simple. Yeah, man. Whenever.
So enough about things that haven't happened, let's talk about the things that did happen. 5 or 6 battles, a break battle today. What did you think was the standout battle for you personally?
For me personally, it was DNA versus Eurgh for me, as a whole, as a battle as a whole. You know what I mean? A lot of the battles had rounds that were crazy, but I felt like DNA versus Eurgh was like, the whole crowd was just vibing with it, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like, Eurgh's like one of my best friends, but I like, when I watch battles, I watch him like fucking neutrally, do you know what I mean? So I was going off for his, I hadn't heard any of his bars, so I was going off for his shit, I was going off for DNA shit, like I like, it was, for me, I don't know what you feel, but like for me, that was the battle of the day, I think, definitely, like.
I think most competitive, for sure, and and both delivered, on point.
I just feel like, I was sitting in the front row of the crowd watching, and I just think like, it felt like one of those battles you paid to see. Like the way it went off it felt like that's how it should have been, how people thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? Like certain battles I watch them and I think, this is kind of whack. Like I didn't really think I thought this is going to be a lot better, but the DNA Eurgh was like, just fucking back. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was looking around the crowd, everyone was jumping up and down, going crazy, just loving it. Like, you know what I mean? Like.
Let's talk Una Lavos versus Big J. Again, some really high points in that, a lot of comedy. What were your thoughts on that one?
My thoughts are like, Una Lavos' third round was...
It was...
I've got nothing to say on his third round. Like, it is what it is. Like, his third round was insane. It was one of those ones where, like, I was laughing, but I was thinking, yo, like.
Just for anyone who, if we put this out before the battles, the third round theme was "Your daughter's a fat bitch, and I hope she dies of AIDS." I believe that sums it up. Yeah.
Yo, you said it on me. Like, I'm glad you said it on me.
I'm quoting him.
It's something about battling. I don't know what year it came about that the whole, like, the third round has to be personal and whatever. But as far as personal third rounds, like, I was like, yo, man, like, the way he set it up, like, I did some research and I found out your daughter's a fat bitch. I was just like, bro, I can't believe you said that, bro. Like, fuck. Like, I'll give it to Uno, man. Like, Uno hasn't taken some time out. Like, we didn't fuck with each other for a while because, you know what I mean? We weren't really on good terms, but he brought it the fuck back, man. I cannot fault his performance whatsoever. Like, he gave the crowd what they wanted to see. Like, he brought it. Fair play to him, man. Fair play to him.
And also speaking of things that you didn't expect or were shocked to have people say on the stage tonight, Big J, I think second round, first round, I forget. He dropped a pretty hard N-bomb in there. But how did you feel when that happened?
So let me tell you about Big J, right? I'm gonna explain about Big J. Like, all Big J's friends are black. He's just one of them white dudes that all his friends are black. He don't know. The only non-black people he knows are from Don't Flop events he's met. Like, I don't think he knew any before he came to Don't Flop. Like, so that's why I laughed so much when he said it, because for him, I know he would have chatted to a couple of his boys and been like, should I say this? And they'd be like, yeah, bruv, say it. Definitely say it. like, other people I think would have been too shook to say it, but I personally, I back it 100%. Because I've said since, you remember when Cadillac Ron did a battle years ago, and you remember he was like, I'm saying all this stuff.
Or unorthodox phrases, and he also had the AB Hoggish one.
And he said, blah, 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 I'm saying all this stuff because I feel like I should be able to say it if you are. I understand, obviously, the side of it of saying why you can't say certain things, but on the other hand, it's kind of like in battling, if you can call someone a chink and a diss and a spick and a whatever, why can't you say that? Do you know what I mean? And when I saw him building up to it, I was like, is he really going to say what I think he's going to say? And I think everyone was like, it was almost like the proposal last year when everyone was like, is he going to propose? Everyone was just like, is he going to really say it? Like, and he said it. I laughed out loud. And I think Uno was like, wow, all right, then cool. Like, what do you think about it?
I thought it was a pretty crazy moment that when he said it, like, I think jaws dropped everywhere. Someone from the back threw a bottle. And like, everyone was just kind of like, I thought when he did it, that was what he was going to do. And then he had, I guess, like kind of an additional punch of, well, this is what it sounds like when you say it to, when I hear you say it. So I thought at least that punchline resolved it quickly.
It was. I personally, most people on the stage were laughing, but I could feel like there was a weird air. Like, do you know what it was? It was one of them moments where all the white people in the crowd didn't know if they could laugh or not. One of them ones that they were kind of like, I really want to laugh, because I'll be honest, secretly, everybody white in the crowd was like, yes, somebody finally said it. Like, let's be real, like, they were all thinking that. They were like, oh, Big J, like, I've been thinking that for 6 years, like, and someone finally said it. But obviously, you don't know if you can be like that in person. All the battlers were just like, this is fucking hilarious, you know what I mean? But I give him his full props because it's a very ballsy thing to do, and
that's exactly what I said. That's ballsiest move of the night for sure.
I don't know how it's going to be received. I read it. I don't know how it's going to be received. Do you know what? I think positively. I think there's going to be a few people like, what the fuck is this guy saying? Fair enough, you know what I mean? I think most people are going to see where he's coming from and be like, wow, all right, he took the plunge, and I can't believe someone threw a bottle, for real.
Someone, I think from the back of the stage, kind of like lobbed it over. Not hard in a plastic one, not a glass one, but they were still throwing shit.
As long as it wasn't glass.
Last battle of the night, Shufflo, 2-on-2 championships. What were your thoughts on that one?
I think it was a fair decision. Like, I think Dialect and Zen, their third round, like, obviously, for like the American viewers or whatever, like, grime is like huge over here. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big, especially between like the fucking 14 to 24 bracket. It's a big, you know what I mean? Like, if you're into rap battles, you're probably into grime as well. Like, so their grime round with the back-to-back grime shit, like, that went off. And it was one of those things, like, it didn't really matter what they said. Like, no, because grime's not really about that. It's not really about what you say. It's about how you say it and how hard you say it, you know? So I thought they got that round, but I think Shovel T and Marlo winning, I think, is fair enough. I think, like, like I heard the judges say, their teamwork is just, you know what I mean? They're just like,
It's such a perfected, machine. Just those gears are working on another level.
I honestly genuinely think I haven't seen a team that goes back to back like since Ilmac and Saurus. Do you know what I mean? Because like, who else is there? I really don't think there's anybody else out there who can just perfect like this like so smooth transition between like being aggy and then being funny and the whole like which some teams when they do the whole pushing each other talking, it's so corny, but like Shuffle T and Marlo do it and it's just so fucking funny, you know what I mean? And like everyone likes them, and I think it was a fair decision for them to go.
So where do they go from here?
It won't be for another year. I've decided I can't be title matches more than once a year. It's a waste of time. No one cares enough. Like if you do it every 3 months, people lose interest. You know. So the next title match will be this time next year.
Okay.
So I was actually just thinking when I announced they won, I was just thinking like, what are we gonna do for the next year? Like, how are we gonna?
By then, another 2-on-2 team may have emerged.
No, they need no. May they need to have emerged. If they haven't emerged, like there's no like, I don't. Who else are we gonna put them against?
I think you and Kruger.
I can't. I told you less than a week ago. I told you it can't happen. After Kruger's performance tonight, I was so proud watching him. I was like, boy, like, do you know what? We should do another battle, but we can't go for it.
I mean, that's it. Is like, we're getting called here. Ilmac and Thesaurus. I think that is it's the one that people want to see. I've heard. I think both Ilmac and Thesaurus say it's not a battle that they're interested in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Keep saving your pennies. A year is a long time to save up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it could be someone international because it wouldn't make sense. Why would it? I mean, there's not a 2-on-2 team like I'll be honest. DNA saying the Tony D call out. If Tony D wanted to do that, I'd be cool with that. Like, cause it's really on Tony. I don't really. Again, after unanimous, there's not too many people. So if Tony wins the title again, and I say, do you want to battle DNA? And he says, yeah, I'm like, cool, fine, all right. Whereas a 2-on-2, it's like, there's no 2-on-2 team that's been out here regularly.
Right.
So you know what I mean? So it seemed really out of place if I went, oh, by the way, Ilmac and sort of like, no, but everyone would be like, what? Like
they're like the final bosses because there's really no one else.
They're the final bosses of battle rap. If you beat Ilmac and Saurus, like.
But I guess Diaz and Porich beat Ilmac and Thesaurus.
I'm not gonna lie. This is a big venue. Like, no offense, I don't think I'd sell out this venue with Shuffle T and Marlo versus Porich and Diaz. I like, no offense, I don't think that would work. If I could do Ilmac and Saurus versus them, it would be fucking incredible. But do you know what? Maybe we'll do it as a battle sometime. I'd love to do it as a battle sometime, but it couldn't be as a title thing because it would make no sense. Like everyone would just think it was really unfair, to be honest. You know what I mean? But that battle as a battle, I'm fully would love to book that battle because I think it would be absolutely classic. And like you said, they are like Ilmac and Saurus. There's never been a team like them. There never will be a team. I remember when they did the King of the Dot 2-on-2s and their first battle came online. I was just like, wow, I feel like I'm like 14 again. When they're doing the back and forth, like amazing. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, great job. Congratulations, and we'll be back here tomorrow.
Cool. Hey, well, yeah, shouts to everyone logging on battleup.com. Make sure you subscribe to our channel as well. Log on to their website, and yeah, don't have a fucking day. Yeah, that's cool.